Hi, welcome to another edition of Heroes on Our Island. I'm your host, Mike Stevens. In these tough times, we profile Long Islanders who are giving of themselves in some way to help others, overcoming great obstacles in life, and sometimes even risking their lives. Coming to you this week from Freeport. Let's go to Smithtown now to catch up with Wendy Gillette, who tells us a story about some folks who are helping those who are hard of hearing to regain some of what they've lost.
My son and daughter-in-law.
Family is everything to Virginia Hall of Lake Grove. That's why it was especially distressing when she started to lose her hearing 15 years ago. It kept getting worse over the years.
Things were not good. I couldn't hear my grandchildren anymore when they spoke to me.
That must have been really sad for you.
It was very hard, it really was, because we used to like to play games, and I couldn't hear them to play. So that was, to me, was very sad, and missing a lot that was going on around me.
Her doctor told her about a program called Help America Hear, run by Mitchell Shapiro of Smithtown.
We provide hearing aids for people who fall through the cracks in society and can't afford the high cost of hearing aids. Hearing aids, as you may know, average cost of about $1,500 to almost $4,000 per hearing aid. Most people require 2 hearing aids. Medicare, which is a federal program, does not cover any part of the hearing aid. Medicaid is based on state to state, and in most cases do not cover the cost of hearing aids. The majority of insurance companies do not cover the cost of hearing aids either.
Ironically, the government does pay for cochlear implants, which cost about 20 times more than hearing aids.
It is kind of sad that with the aging population, the one thing that many people who fall to the point where they can't afford the basic necessities of life have to be put into what I call a society of outcasts, because they tend to turn into themselves because they feel that they can't carry on a conversation with their peers, and most of them just become recluses.
Hall could not afford the devices, but her application was accepted by Help America Hear. In November, she was fitted for her hearing aids and rediscovered the world.
They put the hearing aid in my ears. I could not believe what happened. It was, I heard everything. I heard what the people were saying. I heard what was going on in that room. I heard everything, but the best thing was when I went outside and heard the tires riding on the street and the leaves rustling in the trees, which I hadn't heard in years. And I said, oh my God. I said to my daughter, I don't believe this. I said, I am so happy.
It's sentiments like these that convince Shapiro his organization truly helps people. He knows firsthand the struggles of losing a sense. He's needed hearing aids since he was a child, but that wasn't his only health issue.
It wasn't until I was about 24 years old, after driving a car for 4 years, and about 15 some more car accidents later, we discovered I had what's known as retinitis pigmentosa, which is the loss of peripheral vision, which started with night blindness. Combine that with hearing loss, it's known as Usher syndrome, deaf blindness.
His eye disease is degenerative.
I can still have light perception, I can still make out certain things, but I can't really identify somebody except by voice. Colors are difficult, the primary shape of something is difficult. It's pretty much along those lines right now. I mean, for me to find my dog, I have to look for his nose on my light colored carpet.
Shapiro's seeing eye dog is appropriately named Visa.
Because he's my passport to the world. He's not related to MasterCard.
You only have to watch Shapiro cook to know how well he handles daily tasks, despite his loss of hearing and sight.
It has kept me from doing many things, but it hasn't kept me from doing anything. The basis of it is with less mobility over the years, not being able to drive a car, you depend on more people to help you get around. Before I got cochlear implants back in 2005 and wearing hearing aids for 50 years, you know, missing out on many conversations and words that were mispronounced and everything. It's, in the grand scheme of things, it really hasn't changed me as a person. It just kept me from doing certain things that I would have loved to have done differently at this point.
Shapiro worked with research organizations, but then decided he wanted to branch off, launching the Foundation for Sight and Sound with several other people in 2004.
I determined that I was looking to do a little bit more in the community and finding a way to give back something that was tangible rather than something that offered hope. Research is great. It offers hope. It is a future that they can correct the issue, but there are so many people out there that need the tools of survival today to be able to communicate and to be able to read or be able to utilize their vision in other ways.
3 people now work for the foundation. There are 10 board members and dozens of volunteers. The organization grants 3 scholarships to high school seniors, to a student who's hard of hearing, one who's visually challenged, and another who's blind. The foundation is also planning to eventually donate eyeglasses to those in need as part of the Help America See program. But for now, the main effort is Help America Hear, launched in 2009.
It's really a great feeling knowing that I've changed lives, that we have been able, as an organization, we have been able to make people become productive members of society, to be able, I mean, I can speak of many of the elderly who look to go to church or become volunteers and help their fellow senior citizens with different things. I mean, I hear these stories from so many different people all the time, and just knowing that, the testimonial letters that we get and how a woman can hear her dog bark or walk safely along the street and not worry about a car about to hit her. I mean, talking with their grandchildren.
Shapiro says the program has already donated more than 750 hearing aids to those who need them.
Did you get a hold of Rob?
Barbara Carbonaro recently started working for the foundation.
Mitch is amazing. I've been here about 4 months now, and he gives his heart and soul into Help America Hear and the Foundation for Sight and Sound.
The program provides the hearing aids at no cost for at least a year. Professionals donate their time to fit the applicants. Manufacturers supply the hearing aids at a lower cost. Corporate and individual donations help fund the endeavor. Hall says she was overwhelmed by Shapiro's program when she received her hearing aids last fall.
He was sitting by the door, and I don't think he'll remember, but I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, I want to thank you very, very much. You have made me so happy. I have a whole new world again.
The hearing aids came at a fortunate time. Hall lost her husband, Robert, just a few weeks later after 64 years of blissful marriage.
That was a beautiful day for us.
She was able to clearly hear her husband's final words and thoughts to comfort and understand him.
His last words to me was always, I love you. Always. We were very, very close.